It's the age-old debate to fold or not fold the fitted sheet. It honestly comes down to personal preference, but if you want to fold it, here's how to do it in a few easy steps. Ah, the dreaded fitted sheet. It's no wonder people get frustrated and ball it up and stick it in a basket or do a loose fold that's good enough and put it on the shelf, because without the proper technique, this is a total pain to fold. However, that ends today because I'm going to show you 2 techniques that you can use to fold it, and I promise once you do this a couple times, you'll totally have it down. So grab your fitted sheet, we're going to do this together. Okay, the first method is a standing technique, and you are going to want a large flat surface as well, so I'm going to use my bed. Now I will say this one tends to work best for queen sheets or smaller. If you have king sheets or California king, you can certainly try this, but technique number 2 might be the better way to go. Okay, I'm gonna turn my back towards you for this because I find it's gonna be easier for you to, if you're trying to mimic the steps, to do it with me this way versus trying to mirror me this way. So we're gonna start by turning our sheet inside out. So get all of your corners inside out, and once you've done that, you're going to put one hand in the left corner and one hand in the right corner, so it is like this. And by the way, this is going to be easier if your hands are in the corners of the long end of the sheet versus the short end. So once you have your hands in the corners, you're going to take your right hand, put it over top of your left, and flip that sheet over top of the left, and now your right hand is free. Now you'll take your right hand, put it where your left hand is, and the left hand is gonna come down and flip those corners at the bottom inside of the sheet. So get everything in there in a bundle, and now the left hand is gonna go into that corner. So now essentially the sheet is folded in half. And then from here, you're going to lay it on a flat surface. So once you have it on your flat surface, you're going to just smooth it out, try to get it as neat as possible. You really want your elastic to create an upside down U once it's all straightened out. And then from there, you're just gonna take the bottom, fold it halfway up towards the middle, smooth out as you go, and then bring your top, fold it down over that, smooth out. Now, depending on the type of sheet, mine's a little softer, looser one. Your fold might be a little looser, or if you have stiffer sheets, it might be more precise, but either way, this is how it goes. And then you're just gonna fold it from the bottom up into thirds or fourths, smooth it out, and you have a folded fitted sheet. So that was technique number 1. Now you can see how that could get a little tricky with a very large sheet, especially depending on how tall you are, how wide your wingspan is. So if that's too hard to do standing, then you want to try technique number 2, in which we are going to do all of it on our flat surface. Okay, now for this one, you're actually not going to turn it inside out. Just keep it right side out, but you do want the elastic up. And all you're going to do here is take the left corner, put your hand under it a little bit just to drive it up to the corner across from it, the other left corner at the top, and leave that there a second. And then do the same thing on the right side. Hand under the corner, drive it up to the corner across from it, and then just sort of shape it as best you can so that your elastic is creating an upside down U, much like the one before. It's really just tucking those corners. Now, ideally, if you can get your hands in there to sort of shake it out like this, that might be best, but I know with the king sheets, that might be hard. So just sort of work it around until that elastic is making as good of a U as you can get. And then, just like before, let's bring it down here. You're gonna fold the bottom up halfway, smoothing out as you go, and then fold the top down over that, smoothing out, and then just fold into thirds or fourths and just sort of straighten as you go. Again, it might depend on the sheet type, how crisp you can get it, but there you go. And now that we've gotten everything folded, let's talk some ways to store these. Of course, you can always just stack everything, pillowcases, flat sheet and all, and stick that right onto a shelf. Another option is to store them into each other. We're gonna sit the pillowcases aside for a second, take that fitted sheet, sit that aside for a second. Take that flat sheet, you're gonna unfold it until you have just a square. I'm gonna turn mine here. And you're gonna wanna fold down the top, about the top quarter or so of it, 1/3 or 1/4 of it. And then you're going to fold in your sides. You can overlap them a little, it's okay. And then fold the bottom up to the top. And when you flip it, you now have a little pocket here that can fit your pillowcases. So just fold those in half and you can tuck them right inside. Place all of that on top of the folded fitted sheet. And now you have it all ready to go on a shelf and everything is bundled together. Now, if you don't want to just store them loosely on a shelf, they do make two types of containers I really like for storing them. The first is this collapsible option. What's nice is when you're not using this, it stores flat. So you just expand it open like so. The sides just snap together very easily, and this can fit up to king sizes as well. And then you simply place the bundle inside, close them. These actually even have locks if you wanted to lock it, and then they are clear so you can see which sheet is inside, and there's handles making it easy to retrieve from the shelf. And then this one is a really nice option as well, and in this, you're actually not going to fold the sheet the whole way. You want them longer, so you would take that folded fitted sheet, you actually just wanna unfold it a little bit so it's long laying across this, and then do the same with your top sheet. Just undo it a little. You can just do it like that, lay it across, and then lay your pillowcases on top. And then with this one, you just simply fold up, bring this side in and over. Your sides are gonna come up, zipper it together, and then you still have that window so you can see, but you can also label it too. And they have these pull tabs, which make it really nice to retrieve, and they can stack and stand on a shelf. All right, and that does it. Now, I know what you might be thinking, Jill, that still looks a little tricky. Here's the thing, practice makes perfect. It's gonna take a couple tries, but my best advice is try it until you get it. Once you get it, mess it all up and do it a few more times. I promise it'll stick. You'll never forget it. If this was helpful, hit that thumbs up button. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button while you're at it, and be sure to check back for part 2, where we learn an easy method for putting on the duvet cover.